Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
I'm Bob, how's it going?
We got Matt too. The three of us are here at Stowe today to do an on snow Blizzard Anomaly 88 review. I'm really looking forward to it. We did a review, like more of a classic format review in the studio back in June,
yeah,
which was a funny time to do a ski review. So yeah, getting back on it today. If you watched like my quiver video, I own a pair now, so I have a 176. Bob, you've got a 182 demo.
Yep.
Matt is currently on a 179 Enforcer 89 demo, so we can talk a little bit about the differences between those skis. And yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah, and like a great early season ski, which we have pretty classic Vermont early season conditions right now.
Yeah, so we just went through a bit of a thaw freeze cycle, but thankfully before that I got to ski them in some relatively fresh snow. I think you were following me, Matt.
Yep.
And that was fun. That was like kind of eye-opening. The other experience that I had on these skis that I was reminded of doing that was skiing them in Austria, because the snow was pretty bad and the visibility was bad, and I was on that ski a handful of times, and the addition of that tail rocker makes it so much easier than the Brahma. And I think it's specific to compare it to Brahma, because it's like still not easy, but it's easier. And I remember on that run the other day when we were coming down Midway, I was kind of reminded, like, oh right, I actually have tail rocker now. And then when we got into those like low angle moguls, I was actually just playing around with how easy it is to flick the tail out. And it is easier than it used to be on Brahma, for sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, and I was thinking about this on the way up, whether a day like today, you might be like, oh, I wish I had a Brahma, you know.
Right, firm, and we'll probably be on groomers pretty much the whole day. Yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of go through it. And then, like, you know, Enforcer 89 now has less tail rocker than this, so they kind of like flip their spot. So it'll be pretty interesting, kind of bouncing back and forth between these skis. Matt, you want to film first run?
Totally.
And then yeah, we'll talk to you again soon, and this will be one of those days where we see where the morning takes us.
Yeah.
Who knows? Well, that was incredible.
Yeah, you just said best carving of the season.
Yeah,
and I think I felt the most confident I've felt of the season.
Period. Carving or not carving?
On any ski that I've been on. I mean, any trail.
Yeah. I mean, you'll see it in the footage. I was so confident I almost died at the bottom.
That's great level.
No. It was fine. I didn't almost die. Everything was fine. But no, that was incredible. I mean, I've been kind of waiting for a day like this for the Anomaly, and they're just so fun.
All you needed was an inch of rain to get set up with some new snow, and there you have it.
I mean, that's like, you know, like thinking back to our quiver videos, that's the whole point of having a quiver.
Right.
Like, imagine if we were out here on a Bent 100 today.
You'd be doing a lot of sideways skiing.
It'd be a lot different, yeah. And like, I mean, the vibration damping in skis like this, it takes out like all the harshness.
Yeah. No, you can really feel that smoothness come through, and that's what attributes to the confidence. Yeah. Is that you just feel like nothing's gonna break the ski free. Whereas, sure, we could use the Bent 100 as an example. on the opposite end, where a small little deflection will really kind of throw the whole thing off, whereas the Anomaly just gets right, like any amount of deflection, and it's like instantaneously gets right back on the intended course.
Totally.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think, did you follow me most of that run, Matt?
Second half, yeah.
It felt like it. I think what would be good now is I'm going to film like the next 2 runs. Yeah. And I'll film you to start, Bob, give you a full run treatment so you can actually ski on that Enforcer 89, and then you guys can switch. Yeah. We'll get some Anomaly 88 assessment from you next lift ride, and then the ride after that we can kind of get some thoughts about the differences you're feeling. Okay. And then did you see that Centerline was open? Well, I saw that Gulch was open. I feel like Gulch might be a little bit better of a choice if you want to get a little bit off trail. I think that would be great. And then the one thing that I would also like to get to, that we'll see if we have time, is I would love to ski that 182. Oh, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, because I brought another ski. Sure. I brought an Enforcer 99 as well. So we're gonna go ski again, and then we'll get a full run Bob St. Pierre Anomaly 88 assessment with some sketchy moguls. Oh, you're gonna go Gulch this run? Yeah. Oh, okay. Is that all right? That's fine with me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. So wish us luck, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, Bob, to start, I need to figure out which hand is warmer. There we go. So I'm gonna go left hand. To start, that might have been the fastest that you've skied all year. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it earlier, how it feels like everywhere we're going, we're in a headwind, but that felt like a tailwind. Yeah. That combined with the snow surface. Yeah. Yeah, it's fast. It's pushing you downhill, and you can let it run. I mean, it gets a little loose from time to time because the snow is not like totally sturdy. That bottom part of North Slope where it's like, there's some weird stuff. Firm is fine, but kind of in the middle of the mountain, it's a little more granular. Yeah, I hit like a frozen divot on that run. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfectly smooth, so I think we're pushing the boundaries of the speed limit, but the skis handle it just fine. They handle it better than I do. You're pushing your boundaries of speed limit, not the skis. Correct. Yes. That's kind of how I felt on that first run. Ski just wants to go and go and go. Yeah. And like, I mean that as a positive. Right. Like, it's pretty cool when a ski just encourages you to go fast. Centerline looked good. How did it feel? Yeah, sorry, I threw you the centerline curveball there instead of Gulch. That's higher and drier. And well, we got that. Like, we got Lord Loop in there too. Lord Loop too. It was really good. That's where I'm seeing like the biggest difference between Anomaly and Brahma. Yeah. Is turns like that. Yeah. Conditions with a few inches is gratuitous, but you know, an inch of fresh snow on top of firmer snow. That's where you really notice the difference in the rocker and the slightly more supple feel to it. Yeah. So I think that stuff like that, where on a Brahma I would balk a little bit. Totally. I am like fully happy. Just skiing freely. And, yeah. And I noticed that last year on these on hayride and softer snow, that like this ski did that way better than a Brahma ever did. Yeah. And then you add in that firm snow capacity, and it's an impressive combination. I still think that there's going to be people that wish they had a Brahma on certain days, but it's few and far between. Yeah. No, it's really good. It's hard for me not to think about just the success that Blizzard has had. I mean, with other skis too, but like the Rustler 9 has gained such broad appeal, and I think is probably widely regarded as one of the better skis on the market overall, objectively. And I think you can say the same thing about this too. It's just narrower, more bite, more firm snow oriented, but still very like dynamic and versatile.
Yeah, great rebound. It makes those kind of flatter blue areas feel a lot more engaging.
Yeah, feel awesome.
That's really fun.
Do you still feel like your nickname for this ski is appropriate? And by that I mean the Brustler 8.
Yeah, I do. I think it is very appropriate, and for those people that are looking, that like that Rustler but always wish they had a little bit more.
A little more, yeah.
You know, that's where this thing really comes in handy.
So you guys want to swap skis up at the top here?
Yep.
And then do you want to do that same run?
Sounds great.
Because like then you can feel the difference in moguls on Enforcer.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a little discussion, and then maybe we'll go switch around, and like I'll get on the 182 for a lap.
Yeah. This is a great length, by the way.
Yeah, and like I was curious if you feel like you would ever want to go longer.
Maybe just to
try.
Maybe just for fun, but no, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy it.
I mean, that's how I feel on the 176.
Yeah.
Where with a lot of skis, I want to be 180 plus.
Yeah.
And I would not. There's no reason for me to go to 182, but I will try it.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ski, and we'll talk to you in a run.
Here, I'll just do one. I'll do that. Okay. I like to do mine. Cool that it's snowing.
All right, Matt, your turn. Anomaly 88 assessment. What'd you think?
Always a pleasure to get back on an Anomaly. Oh my God, that was so fun. Just so engaging, so dynamic. And there's the main thing, I said this last year, but there's just so much rebound and energy out of the end of the turn.
Yeah.
That, like, since I haven't been on it in a very long time, you can see it in the footage. It definitely took me by surprise a few times.
Yeah, I noticed it. Even like your turns right at the top, like after we came out of Lord Loop, when you were really like sucking your inside ski in, and like they looked sweet, but you were like, the snap out of the turn looked like it surprised you.
Totally. And like, you know, it's definitely my carving technique that put me in a position like that. And they didn't necessarily punish me for it, but they definitely let me know that, hey, like, you got to fix that part of your technique.
Well, I would argue that you're like really driving the ski more so than Bob and I are, so you're getting a little bit more bend right at the like apex of your turn.
Right. And you know, it's just so engaging. Like it's just, you feel every part of the turn, you feel the ski bending, you feel how much edge grip and torsional stiffness there is.
Yeah.
And it's just so fun. Like it just, like I felt like I was giggling sometimes because I was like, how am I still on track in this form of snow?
Yeah.
But
I'm glad you mentioned like you can feel it flex, because that's something that we talked about briefly a few runs ago, but right after we turned the camera off, which was ironic. Like this ski compared to Brahma, in my opinion, it retains more consistent edge grip because the ski flexes a little bit, where like the Brahma could like bounce, you know, and just have that like split second moment where like you don't have like true tip to tail edge contact, and this kind of feels like it has like shock absorbers.
And then going into off-piste or ungroomed terrain.
Yeah, what's it like for like somebody like yourself that generally only skis stuff over 100?
Totally fine. You know, like when I was following you earlier this week in some of that powder, I was like, how is he just like kind of surfing these turns, and how is he making it look so good? But it felt that good doing it.
Yeah.
It was very easy to release the tail, And obviously there was no lack of edge grip with that increase in tail rocker.
Right.
So it was a pleasure. It was just very easy, very intuitive, very easy to change direction in a quick and short amount of time.
Yeah.
For someone that is a fan of a lot of tail rocker, I felt just fine.
There's like enough back there that you can ski like yourself.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
No, I think that's kind of what I was feeling too, is like, and I'm glad they didn't give it more.
Right.
Because I feel like if they had given it more, it would have taken away some of its like on-trail precision. So we went and swapped me onto the 182. Should I do the same run? That's kind of like the best run.
It's a good run.
Yeah.
You're missing the jump onto Sunrise, but that's about it.
Jump onto Sunrise. Oh, sure. Yeah. We do that a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go do a run with me on the 182s, and then I'll let you know what I think. Or Matt, do you have any like length thoughts? Like, would you go longer?
I would not go longer, and I might move the mount point forward 1 centimeter.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
To help me with my bad technique.
I don't think you have bad technique.
I wouldn't worry about it that much.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about your technique. All right, we're gonna go ski. Wish me luck on these long skis, and then we'll talk to you in a run.
Like at the bottom of center line. I had snow on it. Well, Jeff, you said you wanted your 176 back.
Yeah. Yes, please.
It didn't look like you were struggling. The center line looked like a little bit of a challenge, but that's really hard skiing with sharp, icy moguls with ice in between.
With a 182.
Yeah, you got to give yourself a little leeway there.
I will, I suppose.
It sounded, it looked like you felt that extra meter of turn radius.
100%. Yeah, and like that was my assumption, and I have skied this length before. I don't remember exactly when, but I've skied both 176 and 182, and yeah, I'm sticking with my initial thought of like I just don't gain anything.
Right.
I never ski the 176 to the like fast enough to the point where they feel unstable.
Yeah.
And then like these, I just can't get them to come across the fall line with as much vigor.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just less rewarding.
Right.
I just feel like I'm just skiing faster and straighter and just kind of being like, oh, I guess I'm at the bottom now.
Yeah, I mean, some people like that though.
No,
I think like,
yeah, exactly. There's actually a lot of people here that ski that way.
Yeah.
And like remember when the guy gave me the finger for turning too much?
Well, yeah, you turned a lot.
I turned a lot, and like he wanted to go straight and fast. So yeah, I suppose if that's your skiing style, then you might like the longer. If you're like me or my size, then maybe you would like the 182. But for me, for what this ski is all about, that's what I do on the 176.
Right.
Not what I do on the 182.
No, and I think that, you know, when we talk about accelerating through the turn, I always think about like car racing. Like it's not how fast the car goes straight, it's about how fast it goes in a turn.
Yeah.
And, you know, having that little extra control and feeling that kind of horizontal velocity, I think, is one of the most rewarding things about this ski. Yeah,
the lateral acceleration. Yeah, totally. It's so fun, and that's what I don't really get on the 182, or like I just have to go so fast,
right?
That like I don't really want to be going that fast to make a turn like that, you know?
Yeah, unless that's your goal, unless you're hitting nosedive or another really hayride lift line. I mean,
this would be fantastic if there was no one on nosedive except for me.
Right.
And I got to go wall to wall at like 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're doing. I meant to talk about this earlier, and I don't think we did, but we kind of gave up a little bit on our Enforcer versus Anomaly assessment because we realized that our Enforcer 89, which I'm about to ski because Bob and I are going to switch at the top, doesn't have as good of a tune as the Anomaly 88 because we skied them a lot last year.
Yeah.
I think we just put them away without a tune. So apologies, but we'll clean them up. We'll, you know, like put the same tune on both skis, and I think that would be a really fun video.
Yeah.
We could do it with the 94 too. Maybe we'll do it with the 94.
Also, just a testament to Blizzard's factory tune. Like,
Fantastic.
you know, we skied it right out of the wrapper
Totally.
this morning.
So, and these are, that was the 4th run on these, the 182. My 176s probably have 12 to 15 runs.
Yeah.
And like these are sharper.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that right off the bat. I was like, oh, yeah, that's a fresh, nice, crisp tune.
Yep.
So, yeah, good job, Blizzard. Good quality control.
But yeah, we'll swap. I want to do a little bit more different moguls, different little off-piste stuff.
Yeah.
And then we should be pretty done with this conversation.
I think so. Yeah, but it's like I said, we'll revisit it, and we'll do, like, you know what our next progression as content creators is? On snow comparisons. Just bring 24 skis, do 24 runs.
Oh, we could do that.
I think it'd be fun to do some, like, 2 or 3 skis, come out and do some comparisons.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm gonna take the camera from Bob.
Okay.
We'll swap skis, and then we'll talk to you in a bit.
Skipping over, yeah.
Bob, that looked like a lot of fun. Apologies, we didn't get the full run because it's like 12 degrees out right now, and we just ran through a whole GoPro battery.
You missed my worst turns.
Oh, perfect. Great. Yeah, what do you think? Final run, final assessment?
Yeah, we were just talking about how clean the edge set is on these skis. And in the moguls on Gulch, you can really feel it because it is firm in between.
Right.
And you need to
some precision.
You need to get there.
Yeah.
Like it's if the edge doesn't set properly,
then you're late.
You just slide.
Yeah.
And then you can't keep your line.
Yeah.
So really good mogul skis. But I would
for you.
No, I mean certainly compared to Brahma, it's hard to look at this without that lens.
Yeah.
But, it definitely is easier to ski moguls than the Brahma.
Yeah.
And then I was just kind of playing around with shorter turns, and they're stiff, man. Like they are. Like it's a lot harder to get kind of more of that slalom style turn.
Yeah.
I find that they're happier.
Totally.
Medium to long.
I see what you mean about the tune on this Enforcer.
Yeah.
But that said, this is stiffer.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yep, I do.
Like I felt that right away filming on that run. Just was like, oh, huh, that's different.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm excited to like come out and actually do a little bit more of a head-to-head assessment.
Right.
But I think we kind of already know the answer. Like Enforcer's just a little more powerful and not quite as versatile.
Yeah.
Depending on how you ski. You know, if you're a really, really good skier, you can make Enforcer do anything. But I think Anomaly is probably a little easier to manipulate.
Yeah, no, and I think we found that to be true last year, that new Enforcer is just a very sturdy carving ski.
Particularly the 89.
Yes.
Yeah, they get a little different as you go wider. Matt, any closing thoughts?
My two takeaways were its versatility due to the increased tail rocker.
Yep.
And then just the amount of energy that they get at the end of the turn. Like those are the two things that have been just rattling around my head that I can't get out. And then skiing it back to back with the Enforcer, just gonna echo what you guys were saying. It's stiffer. I think it's a little bit more damp.
Enforcer?
Yep.
Yep.
But I think that they are on equal playing fields in terms of edge grip, at least in my experience.
Yeah.
But
I think you're probably right. I mean, that's like sort of the conversation we were just having on the lift of like stiffness versus a little softer. Of like, that's not just like the softer ski is not necessarily going to have worse edge grip.
Right.
It's more like longitudinal stiffness. But yeah, I agree.
They accomplished it in two different ways, and I think that depending on what type of skier you are and what you prefer, that's how you kind of make your decision.
Yeah. But. And then my closing thoughts is just don't be tempted to size up.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Right, Matt and I are both 6'2".
Yeah.
And we're very
both
happy
over
on,
200 pounds.
Yeah, and we're
you're
very
both
happy on the 182.
Yeah, and I'm 5'10", probably, I bet I'm 161 today. And 176 feels fantastic.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was fun. Thanks for watching. Let us know if you have any questions. My feet are freezing, so I'm gonna go sit in Bob's truck. Going off the orange. Woo-hoo.